Hey, how you doing, guys? This is Richie. Taking a look at the Terminator Metal. So I guess the last Terminator series was a 10-issue series, and now it's switched over to the Terminator Metal. And I'm a huge fan of the Terminator since I saw it in the theaters when I was like 12 years old. And what was that, 1984? Wow. The first Terminator. I think the second one came out in 92. But the first one is the best one out of all of them, and that just blew me away. And I've been a fan of the series ever since, even though I didn't really watch too many of the other movies. They were just, not too good. I didn't think they were too good. I even didn't really like part two all that much, but I appreciated its advancements in cinema. The special effects and everything were cool. But I didn't like how that hasta la vista and all that nonsense. If they would have kept it dark, that would have been really cool. Anyway, Terminator Metal, #1. Declan Shalvey, McConville on the art, and who the hell is Ree? I don't know. Yeah, Declan Shalvey and Rory McConville is the writer. Lorenzo Ree is the artist. Colin Cracker is the colorist. Is that a real name, Cracker? Jeff Eckleberry is the letterer. Declan did the cover. All right, so typical Terminator story. Futuristic. They're fighting the machines. Nice colors. I like this color work. And they will not stop until we are all dead. He said, thankfully for us, we can adapt too. So they caught this Terminator and reprogrammed them. Took them quite a while, but they got it down. So a year ago, this new T800 model was brought into my lab. For months, I examined every part of him. We were ultimately able to reprogram him. Since then, he's been an incredible asset. More than that, though, Tex is my friend. So he even named him like it's his pet. What could go wrong with that, right? So what are they out? I said, oh no, I believe they have evaluated our strategy. Now Skynet's trying to draw us out. So they're bombing away. And Tex gets him out of there just in time. But there's still another Terminator coming down on him, but Tex takes him out. He says, I'm losing track of how many times you've saved me now. He goes, I calculate 21 interactions that he saved them. And he keeps saying, just call me Piercy. Stop, calling me by my proper name. And they're carrying a device, and they're trying to get it back to, like, their home base. Can you scan for survivors? And I'm reading 2 signatures. Registering as likely human. This is likely. But, yeah, there was some humans. And they don't know that Piercy had reprogrammed this guy, and he's on their side. So they panic as soon as they see him. They're ready to shoot him down. And they're real, like, standoffish about it. Especially this guy. He doesn't like it. He thinks they should just all be destroyed. And that somewhere, possibly in his programming, he might turn on them. But once they're programmed to do something, they just do it. There's no feeling involved. There's no loyalty involved. It's strictly programming. So they join up with them to get this information back. We're wasting time. Skynet will discover our position in the next security cycle and adapt. Our information is actionable for the next 3 hours. We must get back to base as soon as possible. So they got to take some shortcuts. They got to get back before the 3 hours is up. And they come across like this old building complex that's beat up, and they're not sure what's really in there. And Tex is raising concerns about one of their companions. He said he's reducing the group's efficiency at a rising rate, requesting permission to rectify. And he tells him, you need assistance. And he grabs the guy and he carries him, and he's not too happy about that. And they're bickering back and forth. You know, the reprogrammed Terminator has been good, and he's on point, and he's an asset. You know, you got a Terminator on your side. So Tex senses potential danger just outside of the scanning radius. Major Cooper, please hold position. Do not proceed any further. And ba-boom! He gets blown up. And he's like, ah, shit. Stay back. We'll need to find an alternate route. He says, why didn't you warn him? And he says, insufficient time. So he's skeptical. He says, not now. And then even while I'm reading this, I'm thinking, like, could something be happening? And he's recalculating. And he finds where the path is. So what is this? This Terminator, Santa Claus is coming to town. I guess there's a Terminator Christmas special coming. We need to go through that building. That's a great looking panel. It definitely gives like that eerie feeling of not knowing what's in that building. I like the art. It's not the best, but it's great for what it is. It gives you that post-apocalyptic feeling. And now he's trying to get us to, so he's bitching and moaning again, you know, he thinks it's trying to lead them in there to kill them, like to lead them into a trap. He says, I don't know if you're in shock, but that's ridiculous. Tex isn't trying to kill us, are you? He says, negative. My mission is to return the Skynet files to Central Command. If you wanted us to kill us, there's plenty of easier ways. And what if there aren't, he says? What if this is the only way it can do it within its programming? So again, he's trying to say maybe there's feelings in there, but he can't do it because of his program, so he's being sneaky. If you want to let this thing lead you to your death, fine, but I'm not going with it. He says, no. If the machines find you, it could endanger the mission. You must continue with us. Boom. So something, and then Tex gets hit. Get off. I guess he shot him? Drop it, Amos. What the hell are you doing? You pointed at my friend again, I'll blow your head off. And you're my friend, are you insane? These things aren't your friend, you idiot. They're trying to wipe us out. And then boom, Tex gets shot. So there's Terminators in the building. And they shot that guy. He's done. And of course they get into a firefight, and Piercy gets hit. And the Terminator takes care of business. Tex takes care of business. He takes him out. Now Percy's hurt, and he says, one of these days I'm gonna need to start saving you. And he says, all right, let's get out of here. Pick me up. And then Tex starts analyzing. It says, significant blood loss, injuries fatal if unattended. Calculating potential delay to mission completion. So the mission is the only thing on this guy's mind. He don't care whether or not this guy makes it. As long as Tex gets back with the information to the rebel or to whoever it is, to the base. And he's like, come on, pal, quit messing around. And the Terminator says, it's not a joke. You have a 13% chance of survival. If I waste time attempting to rescue you, the probability of the mission drops below 10%. And you can't just leave me here. And he said, I'm afraid it's necessary. But do not worry, I will ensure the files are returned to the base. The mission will be completed. And Tex takes off. And he's just yelling Tex, and then the Terminator is just cold. Loved it. They're just fun, man. You know, they're not, it's not War and Peace. It's not going to win any Eisners. Although the art does remind me of like heavy metal style type, you know. That's a great double page right there. But just fun. If you're a Terminator fan, I'd go for it. Interesting stories, decent art, above average. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.